All right. Good early morning, everyone. It's like 7 a.m. for me. Been a minute since I've streamed this early. We have the finale to our first episode, Echoes. I'm intrigued to see how it ends. I've seen nothing except like 2 or 3 posts on Twitter where people are just complaining, oh, Vic's stories suck. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm enjoying the story right now. They're also the same people who complain about every little thing, so I'm like, shocked I haven't muted them. Anyways, it's beside the point. Do we have a cutscene? No. Okay. Iron Banner. Crucible rank. And... oh, so this dropped on Monday. I played a bit of it because it took like 5 seconds, and I didn't stream it because I just didn't. So Destiny's 10th anniversary was on Sunday for the official game launch. And although I started playing back in June during the alpha, I was not able to play Destiny as soon as it fully launched. At the time, I think I was either 15 or 14 with no job. No, 2014. I would have been 16, but I was in the process of getting my first job. Because I was going to become a lifeguard, and that requires training, and they only train in certain times. So there was a small chunk of time with me as a 16-year-old where I didn't have a job. And it happened during this time. So I had no money. And my family's not the one where it's like, I just ask them and they would probably give it to me. I had to wait all the way till Christmas to get this as a gift. It was the only thing I wanted. As a 16-year-old, I'm like, listen, this is the only game. All I want for Christmas. That felt fun as a 16-year-old to say. But my family's nice. So they got it for me, and during the Crota's End, or what's it called? I forget what the actual expansion was called. The Dark Below? Yeah. That's when I started playing Destiny, the full game. But I had already put, dozens upon dozens of hours into the Destiny Alpha and Beta. I replayed the Earth story missions hundreds of times. I think I played Crucible once or twice. It was fun. So this anniversary pack gives us a new seal, gave us these armor sets, which is nice. I think the Titan ones look the best. It's great to see them get their original armor back. Warlock says, I like the OG helmet better, but we already have that in the game. Let's go ahead and swap to our Void build just because we can. I don't have my dialogue mute sound on. Let's get that up. Let's go. I spent a good amount of time playing GMs as well. We were just abusing the 1K voices glitch happening. It's so much fun. It makes it so stupid easy. Did I never complete that? I might not have. Anyways. Oh,
The
Ikora.
conductor waits at the core of Nessus, working to awaken the planet and consume us in a flood of radiolaria. All in the name of her golden age, where she reunites with Chioma. Guardian, we cannot fight against the echo of command. But I think we could find Chioma. The Chioma Maya thinks of as hers. Failsafe believes she could isolate a signature using Chioma's original logs on Neomuna. Maya is still confined to the Nessus network, so that information remains out of her reach. It's the only advantage we've got. If we took that signature back to the lab, we could succeed where Maya has failed. Listen, I won't put another life in Maya's hands. Not after what she's done. But if anyone could make her understand, it would be the one Chioma she's been searching for. I realize this is a long shot. Failsafe has prepared a contingency plan in case this goes wrong. One way or another, the conductor's search ends now.
That makes sense. Okay. There is steel in Ikora's voice as she prepares you for one more journey to Maya's laboratory. The conductor awaits at the core of Nessus, working to awaken the planet and consume us in a flood of radiolaria, all in the name of her golden age, where she reunites with Chioma. Ikora believes Chioma herself may be the key to ending this conflict, as she thinks she knows how to isolate the signal that Chioma Maya thinks of as hers. I won't put another life in Maya's hands, not after what she's done. But if anyone could make her understand, it would be the one Chioma she's been searching for. Failsafe is standing by to help you retrieve the necessary tech to pull Chioma's signature from the Vex network, and she will also prepare a contingency plan in case things go badly. One way or another, the conductor's search ends now. Search the Neomuna Veil Containment Terminus for the quantum signature of the true Chioma. Dedicated to the study of the Veil for the quantum signature of the Chioma that originated in the same simulation as the conductor. One thing I want to do before we begin any further, I want to read this lore book. We have not... It's going to be a lot of reading right at the start, but we haven't been reading these. So this is with Saint and Mithrax. Okay, so this is my Sunderish 12 personal log. Personal log, I believe day 3. I am still among the Vex. My third day of reawakening has been the cruelest so far. I have generated a log to sort through my thoughts. This is just too much to take all at once. My ability to focus is strained with a shrill and immediate grief. My heart lived in my beloved's hands. How am I supposed to comprehend that this isn't just absence, but death? There will be evidence, histories these meticulous machines would have cataloged. I will find evidence that I was missed, am missed. I know what I must do. The primary query continues. After 2 days of requesting authorization, the Vex finally granted me access to their historical records of Earth. I read a term for an era I never knew. A collapse. And indeed they did. Technological capabilities impacted. Hostile combatants occupying the majority of the planet for far too long. Invention and experimentation, not related to paracausal power sources, halted for centuries. It seems humanity was huddled together like wet kittens, the cramped and stifled survivors of monumental destruction. I read the records as if they were some other civilization's primitive past rather than my own. The Vex documented it all, collecting all they could smother their milk with. One human wrote about the day that they stood on the edge of an abandoned dam. I watched a swarm of small machines spew from some unseen seam in the Traveler. How Nezarec ships turned day into midnight. The years that follow hastened humanity's extinction. Countries that turned to anarchy, then to feudalism. The art and technology we bled and wept to champion abandoned as power grids failed and disasters swelled. Humanity could have kept experimenting and learning, but when Earth died, so too what made them human. They forgot everything they were. We were. Past events mean little to a threat so preoccupied with iterating on the future. While Vex do not share my interest in history, they have tracked this timeline all the same. There are trillions of alternative versions, of course, and it seems these Vex diligently dispose of those potentialities once a present moment slides chronologically into the past. I've thrown myself into these records. The primary query is in full force. It seems humans have retained none of their virtues or diligence, only resilience through violence. Their numbers have radically reduced, only enough to fill a single city. They suffer a supplication of scientific rigor. What inventions have they made? What disease have they cured? Who is better here? Most disappointingly, humans seem to have forgotten the entirety of their history, and instead of something sensible, went and established a junta. Earth is a near total loss. Advanced cities have been replaced over centuries by encroaching overgrowth of native species and the ruin of time. The climate's balance was erased by warlords. Universal democracy has collapsed into military rule. Again, for emphasis, instead of trying to recreate the forms of governance they knew existed, they concluded that voting is for elitist braggarts and empowered a junta. The more I see the mistakes humanity made, the more obvious the solutions are. It is clear that during the collapse they had nothing but terror, empty of anything other than sheer survival. But how insulting it feels to look at what became of the future only see frightened and frothing dogs. There are lessons to be learned in their methods, but the result is inelegant and crude. If these people are to see the future, they must look backwards to what they lost. I now have the means to aid them. I have tamed the untamable, with practice and soon with mastery. With a single phrase, I can divert the Vex's sea of iteration and death. Think of the utility. We could retake home, dissolve the walls of the last city, and let each person decide what home means to them. With targeted hostility, we may clear a path for peace, revive the machines of science and learning once again. Someday, with technology redistributed from Vex to humanity, every need can be met with any simulation. All it would take is an alignment of interests through measured coercion. It's so simple. And yet all that must wait. Primary query must be concluded. It is the one outstanding variable. There have been too many false positives, none of them correct. None! The query is only turning back facsimiles, trick mirrors. I know I'm right, and I will not stop until the primary query stops pulling from false data sets. I can think of little else. We must look backward. I must look backward. I must. Okay, so I already watched Bai's video on some of these points, and to save time in my voice, this one talks about when Maya Sunderish 12 obtained the Echo. So a lot of people were reaching for the Echo, fighting for it. And then there's some really interesting dialogue here from other survivors. Da, 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 da. All right, yeah, this is a new one. I'm trying to remember what that is. This one talks about like her first Maya's first commands with the Echo, where she's trying to like put her thoughts together, form her body, and then now find Chioma Essie. But this is like more interactions with Chioma and their history and background. And this was last week's card. So let's read this. I have no idea what this is. During the day, the Hall of Heroes is busy with activity. Miyamuni, immobile avatars gather in knots, their conversations a low rumble under Quim Ligari's personally curated ambient soundtrack. Even after visiting hours, the hall isn't entirely quiet. Hookahs rustle through foliage as water rushes into the pools, and Osiris paces back and forth across the carpet, avoiding Segura's memorial. New footsteps sound in the distance. Osiris turns away from the door and toward a pool. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Oh. The steps are quick, patient. Nimbus. They slow as they climb the stairs through the hall. Osiris? There is a wad of leaves clogging a drain. Osiris contemplates it. He's never asked who cleans out the puka ponds. It's late. I thought you were done for the day. Nimbus's voice is a cheerful buzz echoing against the high ceiling. I was. I am. His report has been sent to the Vanguard. It'll be some time before Ikora responds. There's no reason for Osiris to pass on this chance for some rest. Still hanging around here, though? Everything good, old bird? Nimbus looms over Osiris. Rather than giving himself a crink in the neck looking up, Osiris starts pacing once again. I am thinking about the conductor, about what we learned. Nimbus ambles along, taking one step to every three of Osiris's. Want to talk about it? Not particularly. There's something he doesn't want to unfold before anyone other than Segura. His second mind, his other heart. He wronged her, just as he wronged Saint. Oh, are you sure? Everyone says it's easier to carry a burden when someone's there to carry it with you. I'm pretty strong. Nimbus flexes an arm demonstratingly. They show every indication of being ready to wait all night for Osiris. Osiris looks up, exasperated. They give him a huge wink. The two of them have spent a great deal of time together, researching First Strand and then Maya Sundaresh's history. Nimbus deserves his honesty. Osiris crosses his arms and scowls up at the light fixtures. After I lost Saint, I pulled another version of him back into the world. I was selfish. I did to Saint what Maya Sundaresh did to Chioma Essie. There, it's said. Whoa, that's heavy stuff to be dealing with, my man. Waiting for their judgment is agonizing. Saint is home in the tower, feeding his birds, readying himself to yell into a microphone at fighting guardians, likely reshelving all of Osiris's books in the wrong place again. Osiris is far from home. in the wrong and hoping for understanding. Alright, so the conductor's been yanking versions of Chioma out of the net by the handful and killing them. Yes. And when Saint was gone, you went after him into the infinite forest. And this could have broken really bad, not just for you, but for like the whole world. Yes. So this is just me. But Maya found her partner, right? Tons of her. And she like mulched them. And you went looking for Saint and you brought him home. Nimbus's voice slows as they think through their point. What would you have done if you found Saint and he said, you know, thanks but no thanks, I'm good here? In the moment, Osiris knew he would have stood in front of Saint and argued till Osiris starved to death and Sakura had to resurrect him, then done it again, till he truly understood Saint's reasoning. Osiris's steps take him to Sakura's memorial. Her cold shell gazes up sightlessly. She'd give him a lecture if she heard him now. Left him there, I suppose. If it was what he truly wanted, Saint 14 was legendarily hard-headed. He knew his own mind. Nimbus comes up to Osiris, looming again. Seems to me you brought Saint back because you missed him, not because you missed yourself. What Saint could say about you seems pretty different. They stand together, Nimbus's gaze tracking up to Rohan's memorial. Osiris should call Saint. He should return to the tower. He spent quite enough time so far from home. There aren't a lot of chances for a Cloud Strider to find love, Nimbus says wistfully, their eyes reflected blurrily in the memorial filled with tears. Your story is so romantic. How did you and Saint make it work for so long? How can you find something like that? And for all that being asked earnestly for advice based on his relationship, it's a horror the Vex themselves could never have predicted. Osiris can't reject the plea in those shining eyes. Well, that was cute. Osiris getting comfort and recognition from Nimbus. Off to the Veil Containment. So a couple things. If you hear my stomach gurgle and growl, it's because I have not eaten yet. I woke up, said hi to my dog, and then immediately started streaming.
Captain, the Veil terminal on Neomuna should hold a trace of the Chioma Essie the conductor thinks of as hers. If I attune to it, I can match its frequency and find the corresponding Chioma in the conductor's lab. I think. Then we can pull that Chioma's consciousness through, I think. And then she can talk the conductor out of murdering us, I think.
A lot of maybes.
I've isolated the signal. It's one of hundreds, but it's the same as the conductor. I'm ready to carry out Ikora's orders. But first, we need a plan B. Take me to an active Vex network node on Neomuna. I have an idea.
Install a network relay for failsafe to boost her connection. Oh, did they say Neomuna? You know, I thought the jump would boost me a little higher than that.
Okay, Captain. I need you to install a Vex network relay for me here on Neomuna. The conductor can only monitor Nessus incursions, so they should let me help if things go wrong. Beep boop bingo. Set it up right there.
Also, the enemies aren't red swords. Did they change Neomuna's power?
Alright, that's my back door into the Vex network, just in case reuniting Maya with Chioma goes horribly wrong. Not that I think it will, but I kinda think it will. Be safe. Okay, Captain?
You got it, failsafe. No cutscene? Okay. I kind of want to use 1,000 voices again. Do we have a stasis secondary weapon we could use? Forgive the 30 FPS, I'm tapped out. Man, not really. We'll just use the fusion rifle, I guess. Oh, Osiris.
Guardian, you venture into Sandaresh's domain once again. But now, I have a word of caution. I know how Saint felt when the conductor called to him. I recognize it from when Savathun had her hold over me. Thoughts that are not your own. Flashes of another consciousness encroaching on yours. And soon, rattling against the bars of your own mind. Even as you try to ask forgiveness for what you have been made to do, I feel it again. The conductor grows more dangerous each passing moment. We cannot know the extent of the Echo's power until we see it for ourselves. I know it will not end with the Vex or with Saint. It will end with us all. Go, Guardian. We must finish this before we too are compelled.
Encore Coda. Okay, so it's a different version of the exotic mission. There's no enemies here. Just the boss chilling in a new location. Proximity sensor. This is a new way. Vex Counterman #1. Huh. I assume this is a way out of here. Gosh, there's gonna be a lot of secrets we're gonna have to grab. Don't tell me it's back. Are we back into the first room? We totally are, aren't we? Yep. Okay. Time to go back. Ooh. I was gonna say, when's Frenzy procking? Oh, there it is. Okay. Which elevator do I take? Oh, that's right. We gotta wait for this guy. Ooh. Wow, that missed. Not the special. Uplifted coral harpy. Interesting. For a second I thought the way was blocked. I'm like, is there a new way we have to go? We're not going to bother with secret chests. Oh. We have a new proximity sensor. Okay.
Failsafe's countermeasures will put an end to Sanderesh's research here.
That, and finding the Chioma from Maya's timeline will hopefully finish this.
How do I only have one fusion rifle shot? What? I'm really scared of that room. There's gonna be new traps in there, I know it. Remember, keep an eye out on the radar for messages from Maya. Turns out I did not miss any last time. That's good. I think I caught the first line that she was speaking right as it was disappearing. Come on, put you in. Where's my eager edge sword? Also, I didn't realize that's what it looked like when you have the module on you. That's funny. Oh, do we not have Blessing of Blades anymore? Well, that changes things. I guess we're not using 1K. Huh. All right, ready? Run! A lot of lasers. Ooh. Ooh. Really? You didn't die to the Nova Bomb? Alright, we have a proximity sensor here. Alright, there's number 2. Alright, I wonder if we missed a data node. I don't know. Also, this wasn't a darkness
Our
zone.
calibrations on Yamuna will allow us to locate Chioma within the VexNet. But even if we succeed, and find the version of Chioma that Sanderus is searching for, I'm not certain it will be enough. We shall see. I can only hope that my fears are unfounded.
Oh, it's over there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think it'll be enough either. If it is enough, and like Maya changes her ways because she found Chioma, or Chioma can change her, I think that's going to be a weak ending. I think Maya is beyond saving, in my honest opinion. Oh, that's right. The data nodes aren't... Okay. They're a way to stun the Vex. Totally forgot we got that ability. So if this is the case, let's go ahead and do this. Alright, there's gonna be something up there. Why are you all the way up here? Ah. Cool. Oh, she's speaking to us. I'm gonna find this chat. Just watch. There it is. Aha! Ooh. Oh, that was odd. Gosh, I really don't want to deal with the subjugator and tormentor. I'm so scared of tormentors, chat. You're scary. Okay, we're gonna swap to this loadout. Let's go kinetic weapon surge. Time dilation. Alright, time to deal with the tormentor. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought would happen. Uh-oh. I hate how they can go around corners. That is not fair. Whoop. Oh, tormentor time. Oh, I hate it. Oh, it's so scary. Here he comes. Oh, can I push him before he gets to me? Can I do it? I can. Bye. Probably should have put on a scav mod. But it's okay. Proximity sensor is saying like it's right there. It's probably up there. Oh, no, it's right here. Alright, number 5. Oh, she's speaking. What I do. What I want. Yet you persist. I missed the first line. Dang it. Why? That's right, we gotta fight through all of this, huh? Ate that right in the face.
If Sunderesh fails eternally at her goal, she will eat away at our reality until it is subsumed by her vex. We learned of her methods with the Veil. Each successive experiment, another step towards her own oblivion.
We've isolated the signature for Dr. Essie's consciousness from Neomuna. Her Chioma could convince Maya to end this.
Her Chioma stood by and watched it happen before.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a guaranteed. Gosh, these teleporting stupid Minotaurs. Just try and clear all the ads first before I start collecting. Yeah, Chioma couldn't stop Maya from doing what she did with the Veil. So who's to say she can do anything now? How I see this playing out is Chioma sacrifices herself to end Maya's reign. That's how I see it. I don't see it ending any other way. Proximity sensor, is it over here? No, it's probably in the building. Yeah, right there. Is it not this way? That way. I always think it's that way because of the Hydra. It's got me every single time. Ooh, ooh. Why take this from me? Why this ruin? It yields nothing.
Just brought Cabal under the Echo's power.
Brings you
is
nothing.
growing. This will be our only chance to end the threat and secure the Echo.
Oh my gosh. Come on, get behind the wall. Sorry, Mike, you are talking to me while I'm fighting. I need you to not. Stop. I command you. Stop. Wow, she pissed. She's just yelling stop. Oh, is that the last one? Don't forget the free bright dust. Ooh, there's a bond, a Wendigo shader. It's honestly not a bad ornament, I should say. Okay. Access the Gazed Exomind.
Wait, I don't... This is her. Chioma Essie. From our own past. Dead. She's been thrown away too? Does Maya know what she's done?
Fidelity test. When did you first tell me you loved me?
I wish I could remember a time I loved you.
Elaborate.
I watched the woman I loved whittle herself away. Compromise by compromise. And I stood by you in each atrocity. Now all I see in front of me is a monster. Not my sunrise.
That
I'm
makes
trying to
sense.
save you. You're not my Chioma. If you were her, you would understand. Degassi.
I am her. What I am not is your personal delusion.
You're like all the others. Scared and shallow-minded. Degassing exomind. Emotional fidelity test failed.
She found her Chioma and discarded her like all the rest.
That's
That
actually really
was my
sad.
fear. Maya knows what she's become. There is no version of her wife who would accept her as she is now.
I should have expected that, but I didn't. But man, I am not surprised. Man, that's just awful. Sorry, just trying to get a proper loadout put together. Um. Hmm. Could run Whisper. Give that a shot.
Sandaresh is so shrouded by her own obsession that she did not even recognize the Chioma from her own simulation.
But she'll keep searching, murdering Chioma again and again, trying to find someone who's already dead.
If just for that, she must be stopped.
Rendering assistance. Assistance rendered. You're welcome.
Oh, has she given us heavy ammo? Oh, that's nice. Oh, I don't need that at the moment, but be good later. I don't think the nodes respawn, so I need to be sparing of those. Ah! That's right, they change up the boss fight slightly. There was a time to solo flawless it. It would have been the first week. Alright, let's see if we have to use failsafe's back door and what the back door looks like. That can sound incredibly inappropriate if taken out of context. Gotta watch my super. Gosh, it's so messed up. I mean, it makes sense. Like, looking back at the last logs of Chioma Essie, she was not happy with Maya at all. And rightfully so. I mean, we saw what happened, what became of Maya. And, like, this isn't even considering, like, Lakshmi. Because you can't really count the Exo Mind being the same person. I mean, look at Banshee and Clovis Bray, right? Two incredibly opposite individuals. So you can give, you know, Lakshmi a break, but she was just as horrible. Oh, what the? Gosh. Ooh, what is not? Gosh, is there a second one? This is really annoying. Adding mini bosses and just, good news is I should. Ooh. Where did he go? Oh, he died over there. It's like... I'm waiting. I do have my super, which is going to make this next part really nice. Bollocks. Also, are we not supposed to be over here? Oh, I need to access the conflicts. World mind function repair. Don't tell me he starts slowly regaining health. Wrong way. My brain was like, teleporter, go through it. You need to in order to go to the next area. I want to save my super for final stand. We have to drop its shield first. Feels like you could have put it a little. All right, so what do we do now, right? It's like we haven't confront the conductor with the knowledge that she destroyed her troops.
Confront her again. This will end. Saint, do you have the coordinates?
I am here, Osiris. I am ready.
Is that a wise course of action, Osiris?
Sandaresh, you are obsessed. Can't you see that? You already found your Chioma.
You've destroyed my work. And now you're coming for me. So be it.
Guardian, I will stand with you. I know who I am. She won't command me again.
Maya will never listen to us.
We have to try.
There is no walking back from what she's done to Chioma Essie.
We must give her a choice. She can still surrender.
I'll be by your side when she doesn't.
I mean, I appreciate Saint's kind heart. Oh, we're probably gonna load straight into it, huh? There we are.
You had to drag me down to bleed in the mud with you.
How many died to find the Chioma you call yours? Even then, you cast it aside.
You think that facsimile, that copy, was my Chioma? With fear behind her eyes? No. Not mine.
Splitting hairs to justify murder? You sound like Clovis.
Oh, an emotional assessment. Life is prototypes and iterations. Each past you relative to you now. Third-dimensional beings struggle with this concept.
No more words. Surrender!
Why? How will you compel me if I refuse? Put it down, Icor. Honestly. The rest of you, lay down your arms. Thank you. Now, come, drink your fill. Let me change your mind.
You can choose to end this differently. Let this obsession go.
Choice is the ego raging against the inevitable.
You may not see a choice. But I make my own fate.
I command you.
Not this time.
Gosh. Okay.
I can only make you look. Perhaps, in time, you will see.
She escaped. The echo with her.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Is that the end? You can't leave us on the end like that. Man, you better have a big payoff in Apollo and Berserk. What the other expansion name is? What?
Captain. I am quite pleased that you are alive. My planetary scans reveal that the Vex machinery within Nessus is dormant once again. Perhaps learning the truth about Chioma caused Maya to question her own judgment and halt her plans for galactic domination.
Or maybe she changed her mind when Saint Unit and Ikora blasted the paint off her chassis.
Either way, she has vanished into the Vex network. I will continue monitoring Nessus, but I believe we can celebrate a successful mission.
Well, you can celebrate, at least. I was part of a crew again, and now it's over. I don't like goodbyes. You know, I thought I'd be sadder. Usually when I'm alone, it's like whoever left turned off the lights behind them. It gets real dark. But now, there's still a little brightness left. It's not coming from you, or Saint Unit, or Captain Jacobson. I guess it's me.
Aww.
I think maybe I can keep going just for me. See you around, Captain. Thanks for everything.
Oh, fail safe. Greetings, Captain. My planetary scans reveal that the Vex machinery within Nessus is dormant once again. Perhaps learning the truth about Chioma caused Maya to question her own judgment and halt her plans for galactic domination. Or maybe she's changed her mind when Saint Unit and Ikora blasted the paint off her chassis. Failsafe congratulates you on a successful mission, but it's clear her heart isn't in it. I was part of a crew once, and I was part of a crew again, and now it's over. I don't like goodbyes. You know, I thought I'd be sadder. Usually when I'm alone, it's like whoever left turned off the lights behind them. But now, there's still a little brightness left. I guess it's me, I think. Maybe I can keep going just for me. See you around, Captain. Thanks for everything. Oh, weird. It's knocked me back to my normal... Hi, buddy.
That means something in frog.
Oh, there's Saint.
You found traces of Maya, Guardian? So she still lives, hidden somewhere in the Vex network.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
anticlimactic.
hope she will abandon her terrible search for her lost Chioma. But I fear she may be beyond reason. Maya wanted everything just so. But people do not always fit cleanly into a frame. They spill out over the edges. That beautiful mess is what makes us who we are. If you
Agreed.
demand only perfection, you will end up alone. For no one is perfect.
Except the
Of
Guardian.
course, some of us are closer than others. Ha! Hi, Joe. I know who I am. I accept myself and all my flaws. And to me, I am enough. You understand what I am saying, Failsafe?
I understand, Saint Unit. I'm not gonna do a little speech about it, but I understand.
Good enough.
Oh. The epilogue. Anomalous transmissions appear to have bled through from the Vex network. They must be thoroughly investigated. A temporal anomaly has been detected on Europa near Bray Exoscience. A short burst of anomalous temporal activity has been detected. Interesting. Oh, I should have... dang it, I forgot to do that. Alright, before we bound off, let's listen to this.
I hope the helm isn't too crowded. A broad audience would make this difficult. I miss Cade every day of my life. I thought I'd moved on. I was wrong. I can't forget my friend, my teammate, my favorite jerk. Death cuts a wound in the living. Scabs over, but anything can tear it open again. We all bear this wound eventually. The Maya Sundaresh who became the conductor couldn't accept that. She wanted her wife back, no matter how much she hurt Chioma doing it. Her actions were dangerous. Beyond that, they were cruel to the woman she loved. There's nothing I want more than to speak with Cade again. The Pale Heart gave us a second chance. It wasn't enough. The burden of the living is that life continues, despite our grief. Despite those who don't continue with us. It troubled Osiris to see his drive reflected in Maya. I see myself in her grief. I see Zavala. And yet it's not grief we condemn, but her actions. I always find I learn best by teaching. Thank you, Guardian, for being a patient student.
I miss Cade too. In a way, it was utterly cruel for Bungie to bring Cade back. I love that they did, but it was so cruel. Hey, we got the flawless. Yay. I like how it's like I'm maxed out on my seasonal pass, by the way, and have been for a while. Alright, let's read the last lore book, shall we? Tech support. Incoming message. Failsafe system alert pulled her attention from Nimbus, who is excitedly pacing the helm while delivering a spirited recounting of the last Iron Banner finals. Saladin had been routing the feeds to Neomuna, and the Cloud Strider was thoroughly enraptured by the high drama, judging by Failsafe's internal chronometer, entirely too enraptured. She shrewdly routed the message alerts to her external display screen. Nimbus, buddy, she began. Hint Tinkin, Nimbus grinned, spreading their huge hands wide. I'll let you get back to your whole being a ship thing. If you see Osiris, tell him Jisoo Colorando is looking for an interview about his sick bird hat. Or, no, say that the Cloud Arc is losing integrity and only the biorhythms from, like, a truly old and decryptic dude will save it. I'm on it, Failsafe said, and perched her ASC2 image of a thumbs up to her display. Nimbus laughed and gave Failsafe 2 and Normal's finger guns as they transmitted out. Failsafe accessed her messages. She batch approved the bounty request from the Guardian, still scouring Nessus for the remnants of the Conductor's Vex. She puzzled next over a message from House Light Scribe Ido. As it did not appear to contain any discernible requests, she marked it for non-urgent reply and sorted it into one of her new subfolders. Socialization. Platonic. Oh, Failsafe knows what that means. Another message was a scheduled reminder, unless she has a very close relationship with Ido. Another message was a scheduled reminder to familiarize herself with the helm systems, which were woefully unprepared for the kind of worst-case scenario she had encountered with the Exodus Black. She would have to update the security systems, bring emergency transmat relays online, calculate possible terrestrial touchdown sites in the unlikely event of a forced landing. Unquestionably important work, but for the first time she felt it could wait. Failsafe eagerly processed the next series of critical system messages. One unintended but entirely welcome consequence of the increased Guardian activity on Nessus was that the resident Fallen were being actively discouraged from raiding her wreckage. Without the constant incursions, her power systems were slowly beginning to build a reserve charge. Low power alert, 6%, the warnings blared, and Failsafe beeped with satisfaction. There was a sudden burst of golden flame, a scattering of reflective figures, and Osiris transmatted into the helm. Failsafe, he said briskly as he walked toward her console. Osiris, she replied, and opened a swirling readout of polynomial splines. Osiris and Saint had been journeying into the Nessus Vex network and searching for the conductor, one simulated branch at a time. Osiris highlighted portions of 17 intersecting wavelengths. Set as cleared, he commanded, and Failsafe changed their color to a bright lime green. Osiris zoomed the display out, and the green became a pixel-wide dot amidst the swaying, fractal tangle of the network. 17 down, infinity to go. Osiris sighed wearily in agreement. And the odds that these 17 have already been overwritten are... Failsafe gave a low-pitched beep. Do you need the real math on that? Because it's 99 point a whole lot of nines. Osiris shook his head. She's somewhere in the network, along with the echo of command. And even though she knows the chances of finding her are impossibly small, Saint is continuing to search. He absently drummed his hands on Failsafe's control panel. What do you think he'll do if he finds her? I believe he will... How shall I put this? The faintest of smiles played over his face. Saint doesn't have much patience for anyone who makes those he cares about feel helpless. Osiris's gaze wandered to the research bays, and Failsafe dispensed a synthesized mealworm into Captain Jacobson's enclosure. The proto-frog blinked slowly, then devoured the grub in one clumsy gulp. Osiris nodded in approval. Generate a fresh set of network coordinates, please, he said. Failsafe whirred in response as numbers filled her screen. She sent them to Osiris's datapad with a reassuring tone, and he turned to leave. Osiris, Nimbus misses hanging out with you. You ought to visit them sometime. Osiris tightened his lips. Very well, he said, then hesitated. Safe. I had to sneeze. Incoming message. An alert filled Failsafe's display screen. Osiris stopped himself with a half shake of his head and a smirk. I'll leave you to it, he said, and vanished in another flash of golden fire. Failsafe sorted through her new messages. Low power alert, 7%, read the critical warning, and she dismissed it happily. So we're just gonna keep hunting her down, I guess. What is this? I have no idea what that lore book is. Let's do the epilogue, shall we? Because the story does not feel done. I'm sorry, for a self-enclosed episode, narrative-wise, there's got to be more. Alright, Bray Exoscience, where are we going? Access Vex simulation.
I leave this to you now, when it's too early to act. Before you have the faculty to understand its gravitas. You were of the age you fought to restore. Everything we've lost, you won't find it on this narcissist station. I will set it in front of you. Finely crafted and tuned. You mistakenly label it hubris and resist. As you know, failure is a catalyst. It breeds invention. Would you comprehend the endless permutations of our conversation on the riverbank? I was only trying to change your mind. To help you see a better future. That exchange did not always end in your favor. It does not have to still. You believe my ideology virulent. All right. Know that I have bled across time and under the skin of the cosmos. My knowledge became its fabric, filled its vessels, through its minds. Humanity is scattered, yet to see a collective, focused. But in this infinite network, the Vex have created, there is one answer. A golden timeline with a heavy cost.
I have no idea what I placed. Weird. Okay, it wants me to go back into the exotic mission? I mean, oh my gosh, do I have time to do this? I don't really. That's the problem. We might have to pause this. Either I just don't stream it and I do this on my own time, or... Gosh, yeah, I just... Normally Friday I don't have school, so after work I could stream, but I have to go to school on Friday to do some stuff. That leaves us all the way till Saturday. Yeah. Maybe Thursday night I could do this. One of my classes got canceled, so I can come home early. Yeah, we'll probably push this off till tomorrow night. I just don't feel like doing the encore mission again. I'm just... I have stuff I need to get done today before I go to class. But we'll see what the true ending is. As for what we have seen with the actual finale, heart-wrenching to see. I think the story and the comparison between Maya and Sunderit, or Maya and Chioma, and Osiris and Saint was fantastic. I love the writing behind that. The heartbreak of seeing Maya destroy her own Chioma because of her delusion. It's heartbreaking to see. I love the changes they make to the exotic mission. I wonder how we can play different iterations of that in the future. But it's just not a satisfying end. I guess a part of me was hoping that we would obtain the echo so we could study it more, and maybe that prepares us for, you know, Revenant and whatever the Hive one's called. But that's not the case. Instead, now we have a loose Maya in the network. It does give us a Vex antagonist. Because before, the Vex are just this hive mind without a center that we just have to deal with. And a lot of people on Twitter and stuff complain like, Vex stories just suck. The only one that was good is Splicer, and the Vex were the worst part of it. That's one quote I remember. I think the Vex are just hard to write because they're so emotionless and robotic, and so outside of our preview of emotion and understanding of how a character in Civilization should be. It's so hard for us to relate to that. So I guess giving them a figurehead of Maya would help a bit. But we just need to learn more about the Vex, right? And I don't know, we'll see. It's not my place to direct the narrative. But honestly, I didn't see anything wrong with it. It feels so unsatisfying, the ending. It feels like we're waiting for the next part, right? Like, I get these stories aren't supposed to be like cut and dry, own standalone, have no other relation to the wider world. A good example would be like Rise of Iron, right? With Siva. That was an open and shut case. And we never really go back to Siva. There's a little bit of character development with Saladin, but it doesn't feel like a big important note. But it was a satisfying story, right? It had to open and shut. I don't know. We'll see. We'll finish the epilogue tomorrow evening. And see what the anomalies have to teach us. But until then, thank you for being here for the finale. And I'll see you then.